There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So I'm Nikki, and I'm here with Kat, the Seer.
Hi,
like, oh,
I'm just trying to find it so I can read comments. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I just put it up too. Hey. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay. We do have a couple people hopping on right now. So hello, everyone. So tonight's live, this is super exciting because this is the first time me and Kat are going live together. You just figure it out and I'll just do the intro real quick.
You keep going. Anybody who knows me knows that they're going to get the real deal McGill. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much on this live, we're just going to be touching on magic pretty much. And really just demystifying magic and all the mystical things and really going into it. Oh, I think you're frozen. Oh, there we go. So if you guys have a question about magic or anything like that, go ahead and put it in the comments and we'll go ahead and try to answer that. But as we're kind of waiting for some people to go on, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Nikki. I am a Reiki Master, an energy healer. I deal with emotional and physical treatments, I guess you could say. And then Kat, she is a seer and she's amazing. Like, I'm so excited to be on live with you.
I'm excited to be here too, especially after our conversation. So I don't know how many people know our stories or anything that are in this group, because I know there's a few people who follow this person and this person, but the one common denominator is Ashley. And that's how we met. We both met at her 5-year anniversary event up in Maryland. I can't remember the Middle River, Maryland. And I was kind of bummed because we got to talk to each other and there was like a twinkle in your eye. And I was like, there's something about her. There's something about her. I want to get to talk to her. And we all went to dinner, but it was perfect because you ended up being positioned next to a wonderful lady who I love very, very much. And, but we weren't close enough to really gab. So that conversation just between us girlfriends, it was earlier this week, right? No, it was last week.
Honestly, it was last week. Yeah, end of last week. And our conversation, I'm like, I knew I was drawn to you for a reason. It was so exciting. Like, I love everything that you have to offer.
Oh, thank you. I love what you're offering, and I love that you do it differently. Like, that's cool, because there are a lot of people who offer Reiki. There are a lot of people who offer energetic healing, but there's not a ton of people who do it like you. Like, I don't think I've ever met anybody who does it like you. So it's really exciting.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so first we'll kind of go into
Hey, Cheyenne, by the way, I'm kind of having to peek down at the comments. Thanks. My daughter got it for me. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm like,
you brought me online. You know how I am. I'm like, squirrel.
No, you're fine. I'm like, hopefully my comments, I'll be able to see them, because last night I couldn't see them at all and they were all over the place. Okay, let's see. So,
hey, Olivia, I was just talking about you without mentioning you.
Okay, so we're just going to go ahead. I'll give you the quick overview of everything. So we're just going to kind of hit on what exactly magic is, how we use magic in our own professions, and then how magic, how we basically complement each other. Mm-hmm. Actually, any of the master healers, we all complement each other in our different ways. So if you're not a part of the group already, go to the Master Healers page. I will have it. I mean, it's in my profile. It's everywhere. So just find it. You'll find it. And then we're going to go into some readings at the end. So are you all good? You all ready? You think we should start?
Ready or not, here we come.
I know, right? Okay, so I've got my little dictionary thing here. So let's just see and define what magic is. So I'm going to read it verbatim. So it says magic, an extraordinary power or influence seemingly from a supernatural source. Okay, so definitions get a little crazy. So what is supernatural? So supernatural is of or relating to an order of existence beyond the visible, observable universe. So that's like God, telepathy. It's a definition, it's just going to keep going. And then I couldn't find anything for observable universe except for on NASA's site. And it says everything you can see and everything you could possibly see right now, assuming your eyes could detect radiations around you, such as radio waves, visible light, gamma waves. So basically, magic, when it comes down to all the definitions, it's basically God, it's the divine, it's telepathy, it's Reiki, it's energy work, it's spirit guides, it's all that stuff you can't see. So basically all the hocus pocus stuff. So in my realm with Reiki, it has a lot to do with stuff that you cannot see. It's all that energy work, that healing, that moving that energy, that those, removing those energy blocks. So it's kind of funny because before I started Reiki, I kind of thought the same thing. I am a very logical person. So for me, I'm all about give me the facts, show me all that stuff. But the more I looked for facts, the more I'm just like, science is so far behind where we are. And if I sit here and just, if I just sit here and just keep going off of the studies I keep reading, which I love reading the studies and they're so insightful because it does give people that tangible evidence. But if I just sat and just listened to science and just especially classical physics and stuff like that, we wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am right now. So just really trusting the universe, trusting God, the divine spirit, it really opens up your eyes. So having that tangible evidence is good, but I would always say trust your intuition and really feel into that energy to move forward.
Absolutely.
So one thing with me, like I was saying, Reiki. So there's all kinds of stuff with Reiki, with energy work. There's finally studies. I said it on the live last night, but you really have to dig deep to find studies about Reiki. I feel like they're all just kind of hidden, you know what I mean? Because God forbid that you heal yourself and you have power and you take your power and you heal yourself and you do what you need to do. That's all I'll say on that. With Reiki, there are studies out there. They have studied that a Reiki practitioner's hand can vibrate at 7 hertz. That's the same hertz as the frequency of the earth. Let's see. Even physicists, they just discovered that if you visualize the quantum entanglement of the photons, it is a yin yang. And I just think it is the coolest thing. I actually have a picture, so I'll show you guys. I'm like nerding out over here. But I just think it's beautiful, isn't it? I'm like, I love it. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because back when I was younger, I got a free tattoo and it was a yin yang. And then here I am doing healing work, it's just crazy. You too?
I have a half of a yin yang peace sign on my side.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like the kale artwork though. It's horrible.
Yeah, mine wasn't the best. I drew it when I was 17, and then when I was 18, I got it. It was just terrible. So we won't talk about that.
First tattoo. It was my first. I walked into this skeevy shop and I was like, I'm 18. I'm going to be rebellious and get a tattoo. Yeah. Put it right there.
Yeah, mine is, yeah. So that is, what I like to talk about is more of that science backing, but I do really push into, especially lately, just really listening to that intuitive guidance and feeling the energies and stuff like that. One big thing. So someone actually was on my live last night and her gift was telepathy, but I didn't think she wanted anyone to know and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. So when we're talking about the things that you can't see, they're not tangible and they're not classical physics and all that stuff. They have evidence of telepathy. They've had evidence of telepathy, but if you ask somebody, they're going to be like, no, that stuff's just, no, too hocus pocusy, too weird.
I'm going to interrupt you. Okay. Here's a real life example of what telepaths look like, right? You'll be in the room with your person, somebody you're very close with, you're on the same frequency with. It could be a spouse, it could be, your kid, and you're singing a song in your head. It could be a TikTok sound. And then, it's like you're finishing a lyric and then out comes out, but you didn't have to cut. And from the other person. Sorry.
Yeah.
But you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
That's telepathy.
Yes. And you can do it. And that when you feel so if you're married or you have a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, when you are apart and you feel that, longing for each other, that is part of telepathy as well. And people just think it's just oh, I'm reading minds. I'm doing it's very Hollywood. A lot of things that are kind of blown out of proportion with Hollywood. So, but I do have some proof of telepathy. So there have been plenty of studies done. between humans and animals. And sorry, I'm nerding out. But it's called they call it brain to brain communication. And it's where a protein called cryptochrome 2, it acts as a super sensitive magnetic field receptor in your retinas. So we also have magnetic receptors in our brain as well. But they were able to basically hook up a person to this machine, have them think these thoughts and have these emotions, and they were able to basically get it into a text of exactly what they were feeling and like kind of going through. So yeah, they were able to make the human experience into a physical thing through text. And in 2017, there was a study that showed that telepathy has been it's weighted and confirmed. So I mean, it's been around. It's one of those things. So I just wanted to share that because I know that a lot of people that follow me, they really like that tangible evidence, just like how I was. So it's really cool. But quantum physics is all about possibilities, where classical physics is you just observe it, where quantum physics is more of subjective and it's you're creating it, and you know, when you're observing a particle or measuring it kind of thing. But yeah, so there has been studies that show that there's a strong possibility of a potential, basically just our electrical magnetic fields just being used as a device of communication between the cells in our body and specifically through our nervous system. So pretty cool stuff. I get really excited about it. But
you should get excited. And it's not very cool. It's cool to be able to take studies that they've done and kind of like apply it to this woo-woo stuff. Oh, only the weird girls do that. Yeah, we are weird. But like who else was weird was Madame Curie.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I bet I can see through people. And guess what? She did it. Because of her, we have x-rays. That's all magic is to me anyways. Not to cut you off if you're not done, but
no, you're good.
Stuff that just hasn't been proven yet. And I'm kind of like this mad scientist, right? Like I'm experimenting and I'm documenting and I write everything down. Like my dreams get written down. And when people start working with me in like a mentorship situation, I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. We got to treat it like a big old experiment because we're going to get some stuff wrong in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We
got to start somewhere. Could you imagine if like electricity was never invented? Like, you know, guarantee when they were experimenting on that, they're like, oh, this guy, stay away from his house because he's nuts.
Hey, how many times? It was like 300 or something experiments before it actually clicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the studies that the CIA has come out with in particular that they have released, I will say be careful if you're trying their techniques because they did release them and they like to watch their investments. But they have released confirmation. People can walk through walls, like you said. They can, what is it? I'm channeling technically because I've already opened
teleporting and
teleport,
astral projections and
that astral projections. But what is that viewing? Remote viewing.
Remote viewing, yeah.
They the step-by-steps on remote viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that's already confirmed, already out there that you can back up on your own. But what I love about what you do is you kind of go, okay, here's the science. And I go, forget what you learned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget what you learned.
Yeah.
You got to go within because like you said, universe, creator, God, they gave you all these photons and particles. They're already in you.
Yeah.
They're already in there.
We got to heal the physical body.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to get in there deep and really just kind of extract all that to kind of get that inner stuff out.
And that's interesting that you say that because people are big right now about healing generational cycles, generational curses.
It's a huge one right now. Huge.
I don't even like curses, like not like that. But when you look at the energy, okay, when you look at the energy or feel it, depending on how your biggest dominant clair is, right? You can see in DNA sequences where
I was just going to say that's the thing that came to my head. I'm like, DNA strands. It's all about environment.
It kind of thins out, right? In certain portions. So like For me, it's the alcoholic Jane. I mean, there's way more than that. Like my family, if you open the closet, it's like, ah! No, there's a reason why we're by our own over here, okay? But the DNA kind of thins out right there and gets very fragile, and it takes mending. You know, just like when you get a cut on your skin, the thing's got to come in and it's got to coagulate the blood, and then it's got to go over, and then it takes time. So like if you're healing generational cycles or curses or whatever you want to call it, you're like, why haven't I figured this out yet? I mean, it took how many generations to mess it up? You're probably doing a great job, sweetie. Keep going. Keep going.
Yes. And it also involves, so I love that you say that, because a lot of people are like, well, my mom had cancer, so I'm going to have cancer, or it's something like that. So it is not like that. Like it is all about environment. There's been studies that show like they take cells from your body, and there's different, petri dishes, one's cell, like one's muscle, one's bone, one's, your skin, and they can all turn into something different depending on the environment that you expose them to. Just like plants, like when you're talking to a plant, or a moto with water. Oh, I love Emoto's sign, all the pictures of the water and everything. But it's just the environment. It's just what you're bringing to the surface.
Oh. Yeah. The water thing. I can't remember it, but you know the name of the experiment that they did, and it's in a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know? Now, I recommend that to anybody who's just kind of starting this metaphysical, spiritual walk, especially if you're in a negative mindset. It's kind of old. It was done like the late 90s, early 2000s. It's kind of cheesy. You can find it, I believe, on Gaia TV. You can rent it like on Voodoo and no, not like the doll Voodoo, like VUDU for like it's so well worth it. I bought it at the thrift store recently when I found it, and I did the little happy dance, and it really does change your perspective on how you look at things, because this lady's going through this journey. I don't want to ruin it for you, but she's really negative. And at one part, she gets to this display of water, and they do a close up under the microscope. They set intentions on the water, like anger, happiness. And the way the water molecules froze like a snowflake, it reflected that energy. So if you're sitting there saying, my mom had cancer, I'm going to have cancer, what do you think is going to happen?
You're manifesting it. You want to keep saying it and putting it out into the universe. So guess what you're going to have?
Or like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can't. No, you can't. Whatever you say is going to come about. That's why spells.
The spoken word. Yes.
Binding. The phrase spell binding originates from when people would start to tell tales, and people would be teleported in their minds because they were very claircognizant, and they could see in their minds these stories, these epic journeys that they were taking them along. So they were spellbound. Make you think about words more, won't it? Make you think about the words.
Definitely, because so going back to like the water, there was actually, studies showing that there was like a group of monks. There was a river. I forget exactly where it was, but there was a river, and it was just heavily the bacteria, and it was just, all disgusting with pollution. And they went there and they prayed, and they were doing their thing, and it cleared up the entire river, and it actually made the river start going the opposite direction. Like, it's crazy. And then when, like you were saying, when you speak to the water, and I even do this with like my moon water, I'll speak my intention, put it on the windowsill, let it absorb, and then I'll drink it in the morning. It's amazing. But it's all about setting that intention for that water, because if you do positive affirmations to that water, that water just hydrating your cells, and it's reaching all those cells all so deep inside of you. But when they were looking at all the water, the crystals, when they like flash froze it, you can see that all the high vibrational words that you use, like love, like showing gratitude or appreciation, all the snowflakes basically were perfect geometric shapes. And then the ones that they were saying that like, I hate you, just degrading things, the shapes were just so misshapen, and they were just, I guess you could say ugly, but, I wouldn't say that, but They just weren't those beautiful, perfect snowflakes. So if you can really take that into your day-to-day life and just see what that does to a human, because how much water are we in our bodies? We're like mostly water. So if you're saying that to me or I'm saying that to you, how do you think that's going to affect the other person? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Ashley. Saw you.
No, yeah, I was like, I just saw her pop up. Hey.
But when it comes to the water too, or any manifestation, I don't pick something that you feel is out of reach. Because already you're going to be like, that can't happen. Your like little subconscious mind is going to be like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You want to something small. So like what I like to do, you don't have to put moon water out if you don't want to, although it would be really cool if you did. Just all the cool kids do it. Peer pressure, peer pressure.
Yeah. Get them.
I like to sit. I do a lot of the 4 elements. I'm like this eclectic. I'm just coming out of the broom closet more and more and more. I'm just
I love it. I'm like, I was gonna say, the more that me and you talk, I'm like, yeah, get out of there. Come out the closet, girl.
I am a witch, but like people have put this negative connotation on it. Like it's like evil and it's not that. But anyways, I like to take my tea or cup of coffee, and it's so simple in the morning, and I just ground myself. I let go of everything I'm thinking of and I blow into it. So if you're an air sign, that would be a great way for you to use your own personal magic. So you just, and I do a clockwise pattern because that's bringing energy into us. It's just a traditional thing, you can do it however you want. And then I speak my words of affirmations into it. Like today, I'm going to be kind to myself. Today, I'm going to be gentle with myself. Today, I'm going to stand in my own power and set my own boundaries, whatever that is. And then I ingest it.
Love it. I'm like, and I'm a water sign, so that's why I'm like more of the moon water and just getting it in there. Yeah.
And then you'll find people, and just because your sun sign isn't that, doesn't mean that you are not mostly dominant air or dominant earth. Go with your feeling, or you can get your birth chart done.
Yep. I would say 100%. If you can learn how to use every single element in your life just to have that balance.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Because guess what? That's what it is balance. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go off on a karma tangent. Are you up for that?
Yeah, go for it. I'm up for anything. Let's go.
People are like, especially because I do a lot of past lives readings and things like that. They're like, is my karma horrific? I must have been a horrible person. Da, 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 da. That's not how karma works. At least not from what I've seen. It's not this dogmatic, pragmatic kind of, I'm being punished for something. That's
working over your shoulder like, I'm here.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's like that. It's crazy.
It's more of a balancing of the scales. Like you have to see everything from every side of it, like a scientist, right? Like we're going to look at it this way, and then we're going to look at it that way, and we're going to look at it that way. Because what's that Shakespeare's quote where he's like, life is but a play and we are all the players.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on here. You might come in and be my husband in one life, and you might kill me, the wife, right? You might unalive me. And then we might come in as friends in the next life, and it's my turn to kill you, and that's fated. You ever have a moment in your life where it's like, I don't know why I did that, but it just happened. Like I couldn't stop myself. Those are those fated moments. I'm not talking about where you like blackout and rage. Do not use this on the court of law. I will deny it, deny it. No. But karma is a balance. It's a balance. You're not being punished, I swear. I promise. And when you're in the midst of it, like it doesn't help to hear, you came here to learn these lessons. Like that's not fun. Like who wants to hear that?
It's all what you do with it, because you can take different approaches to it. Because if you look at karma and you can learn from karma, or it's all about your mindset when you're approaching karma, because you can take it and learn from it, or you can change your direction with it as well and then improve on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. And how receptive and flexible you are to learning these lessons while you're here, looking radical self-reflection. Okay. It's very easy. And I've done it. I have the narcissistic alcoholic mother. Okay. Like my dad abandoned me. My mom used the golden child and the baby to pin up on me. So I was always the problem. Like I could sit back and like victim myself to death. But at some point we have to go, okay, I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to be here in this, but how am I going to move forward? And
I
just
agree 100%, because with psychology, like I've been studying psychology, and a lot of it is just replaying that over and over and over again, getting you stuck. Where with me, when I do psychotherapy with people in my Reiki sessions, it's okay, let's see where you are. Half the time you don't even have to tell me, because I get a download from everything. So you don't even have to tell me. We don't have to relive that trauma, and let's see where we can move forward, because the past is the past. You can't change it. You can only learn from it. So you need to move forward. Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Before we keep going with this, I did see something about water signs. Sue asked what would be a good thing for water signs. So a recommendation, and you give yours too. I love showers, baths, and getting close to water. Like,
yes, the beach, the pool, outside, just in the morning dew. Stick your feet in the morning dew. Yes.
Love it. Definitely. Yeah. Make sure, like, when you're in the shower, envision like all the worries and stress. For some reason, I want to tell you, take like lemon essential oil. That's what I do when I want it. When I want to
cleanse. I'm making that for the shower. Stop giving my stuff away.
I'm
I'm working on all these things. I'm working on the sleep spray, the sage spray. I'm doing a lemon one for the shower. Stop giving it away.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so they can go there and get that. They can go there and go get her lemon oil. But I just put a few drops on my shower head, and then I turn on the hot water. It steams up the whole room, and it's awesome.
It cleanses you. It opens everything up.
It does. Ooh, eucalyptus is good for like the cold season. And if you have kids, like in grade school and stuff, and like the icky bugs are going around, tea tree oil on their head to help keep them off. If you don't want to put a lot of chemicals on them every 2 weeks until it's gone. That is amazing.
I do want to put a disclaimer out there for essential oils. Make sure you know that they are, how to use them before you start using them. Because if you're just over there throwing it on your skin, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. Just want to put that disclaimer out there.
Alcohol, and you also want to make sure you know where you're getting your products from, because not every lab, not every supplier is created equal. It's not for internal use, okay? It's not, you don't drink it. Do not put it, it says it's okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. If your doctor won't tell you to take it, don't take it. Anything that's said on this live is all for entertainment purposes only. Just for the record. Just for the record. So you're creating all sorts of goodies over there, and I'm over here like changing my business up. Like, yes, I'm going to still do readings and stuff, but guess what? We're going to offer spells. We're going to offer like all sorts of cool stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm so ready, because like people are like, oh, candles, they don't do anything. I'm like, have you ever had a magical experience with a healer? like with you, with Reiki, and people come out and they're like, I don't know why, but I'm able to let that go. I had a Reiki practitioner, wasn't you, sadly, do a heart healing on me. And they asked my higher self's permission, because I was busy at the time. And I was like, why do I want to thank them? Why don't I have this big grief anymore? Like, why do I feel like I have closure? So I sent them a message like a few days later, and I was like, I feel like I need to thank you. I feel like I have closure on a situation. They're like, shut the front door, it worked.
Yeah, that's like, awesome.
So yes, we will be offering energetic healings on my page that are, candle based.
I'm like, when you say that, I'm like, because I use water when I do Reiki as well. Like when I'm taking the energy, it needs to be grounded. So most of the time, if I'm drawn like that, I'll put that energy into a glass, and then I will basically say a prayer over it, and then I'll put it out into the yard to help it ground and get into the earth. So,
oh good, I love that. You're doing like all the magical things without having to be like,
hey, I'm weird. No.
The neighbors are like, what is that lady doing?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Oh man, my neighbors think I'm crazy because I live in an apartment, so they're all like, "I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care." Like,
at some point, you just gotta be you and do you. Be your authentic, true self.
Absolutely. What you see is what you get. We're all crazy here.
All right. Ooh, I don't even know how long we've been chit-chatting over here.
30 minutes.
Okay. 30 let's see. Does anyone have a question or anything? We've just been rolling, so let's see.
I know. We're chatting. I'm waiting. I don't see any new questions, but if you guys have any questions about magic, about Reiki, about quantum entanglement, like we'll try to answer the quantum entanglement stuff. Like
it's that saying, if you say you know everything about quantum entanglement and quantum physics, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Because the whole point of that is we don't know. We don't know.
It's so much. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's really cool about me that not everybody knows, some people know, is I see the quantum field. Like I can see it swirling. Now, I don't see it when I'm caught up in my own stuff. Like if I'm really angry or sad or like my emotions are really heavy, I can't see it. But, oh, dear heavens, Danny, sit down and behave over there. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, poor Olivia. I'm looking at the comments. Don't pin that comment.
No. Oh my goodness, Olivia.
That's a true story, unfortunately for her. Sue,
hey, you know what? She's just letting herself be.
Sue,
expressing her true, authentic self.
How do you untangle your throat chakra? I can tell you from somebody whose throat chakra, and then I'll let the Reiki Master do her thing, whose prominent issue is her throat chakra here. You have to speak your truth, no matter the cost. You don't have to be a jerk about it, but you have to speak your truth. Now I'm going to let the Reiki Master take over because she knows way more about that than I do.
So honestly, for you specifically, Sue, I'm feeling that you need to just, because I feel like you are afraid to say it out loud to a lot of people. So for you, I would start saying it to yourself. Like maybe when you wake up in the morning, start speaking to yourself and speaking your truth to yourself. Speak what you want to be manifested out into, out into the world. And then once you start talking to yourself, I know here we are crazy again. Once you start talking to yourself, you'll be able to tell that story to other people. And then it'll just the more you say it, the more you speak it, it's going to be more comfortable. It's going to actually feel like this is me. So you will step into your true power and your true yourself there by speaking your truth.
You have no idea how right you are because I just did a soul reading for Sue. You're like on the money.
Nice. Confirmation. Let's see.
I like Justine's. Just saying. I think it's Justine.
The childhood trauma.
Yeah. You can start and then
there's a lot. So it really depends on which avenue you go down to, because you can go and do it energetically or through psychotherapy. But honestly, I would recommend Kat for this because she can go in there and no, I would.
Really?
Yes, I would. Just because you can pinpoint it. How do I say this?
I'm going to cut you off. I think I'm great for identifying all the issues. I really am. I really do. But not to be like, I know this is a you and me thing, but the person who I recommend for shadow work, once you kind of figure out what's going on, because like you can go to you for a Reiki healing session, or you can come to me for a reading, and they're both very healing. But if you don't deal with that issue, that underlying issue, it's going to come back. That's where Sarah at Dark Path Healing, shadow coach, comes into the rescue. Absolutely.
So what I was saying with you is if you don't, so a lot of people are like, I have childhood trauma, but I don't know what it is. Like they're very like, I have this and this and this, but if they go to you, you can pinpoint it and be like, you need to work on this. That's what I was, and then I was going to mention Sarah.
So sorry. Well, I beat you to it. It's just,
I know
I've had so many clients going, that's so amazing. You're so right. How do I deal with it? And I'm like, that's not me, man. That's not me.
A lot of times it's that psychotherapy. It's that talk therapy of just getting through it, seeing where you're at, seeing where you need to go. And I've heard great things about Sarah. I've never worked with her personally, but I get this. Her energy is amazing. I love it. So there's just different ways that you can go about it.
Some people like to do it all by their lonesome too. Some people like to go. I know that's how I did it. I locked myself away for 3 years. 3 years I was alone. I was like, when I met Ashley, actually, the funny thing is I got a reading from her and she was like, you're going to be alone for a while. It's going to feel like forever.
You're like, oh no, Ashley, no, you're not supposed to tell people.
And
I love her because she's so honest and blunt.
I needed that though. I really needed that because every time, like a year in, I was like, it's been a really long time. And they're like, not yet. But I did do therapy. I do use Sarah. Like, that's why I recommend her. I don't recommend people like, like I would recommend Ashley or I would recommend you, but I don't recommend people who I don't have a personal experience with, because how am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But everybody likes to do it differently. Shadow workbooks, therapy, especially if you have complex PTSD, to unpack all of that, because a lot of times we get like trauma bonded and all these other things that can happen, and that helps pinpoint the things. But yeah, oh wow, there's lots of questions.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just saw them rolling in all of a sudden.
I know. I was like, woo.
Okay, so the one right under Justine was, how do you know what chakras are blocked? Sorry if you already said this. So I mean, you can come to me, you can sit with yourself. I can teach you different tools and modalities of how to do it. It's a lot to uncover on here. So, but really, if you do go to a Reiki master, we have a bunch of the master healers. But what I do personally is I will just do a quick body scan with my hands, and I can feel where the energy's stuck. And I mean, it's quick.
That's so cool. Like from
my magical hands. No.
They are. I have felt, so the cool thing about what I do, like in magical coaching and stuff, is I step into your gifts. It is the coolest thing ever.
It.
I feel
I love what you do. I'm always amazed every time I'm talking to you. So.
I'm like, oh, thank you. I gotta book something with you soon. I gotta but are you in Maryland? Sorry, yes. That's another conversation. I'm gonna have to make
Huntingtown, Maryland, if you want in-person sessions.
I'm gonna have to make like a scoot trip up there or something. I've got to try it out because I love Reiki and it's been a long time. Anyways.
Well, you don't have to come to Maryland. We can do virtual. I can do virtual sessions as well.
You and me will talk later.
I'm just a cool kid over here,
But like, I step into people's stuff, like physically in my body. I will give it your gifts. I will also get all the blocks that you're having, and I'll have to identify it that way. But like, if I'm doing like a soul reading, it'll be completely different. So like the magical gifts will come through one way, but if I'm doing a soul reading, like I can go, okay, what's going on with them? I feel like I can't speak. And then they'll be like blue, 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 because that's the throat chakra. And I'll go, okay, you got problems with your throat chakra that need addressing. So it's different for every like practitioner, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the best thing about all the magic stuff is like, you pick and choose what works and resonates best with you. Just like how, if you are going to a practitioner or you are seeking certain things, really do your homework and find out how that person is, like research them, see if you resonate with them. Because if you're going to someone and you don't fully resonate with them, you're not going to have the same benefit as if you did resonate with somebody. And because everybody uses different modalities, different tools, everything like that, really find out what works for you. Because like I have some clients who are like, give me them stones, crystals, give it to me. I've got some who are like, no, thank you. And that is all their choice. That's all up to them. So
yes, don't just take somebody's word for it. Really do your research. Really make sure that this is the right person for you, because usually you're making an investment. Like it's a financial, energetic exchange. Yes. You want to know where that's going. I have to tell you, to be truthful, like I didn't book a full session with Ashley, and we all know how amazing she is, for quite a while. It was like 2 years, because I was making sure that this is the right person to deliver these messages for me. Like, and that's okay. Like, I know you're not going to get mad at people who are interacting and want to learn things on your page, who learn from you and get to know you before they book a session. Neither am I.
No, please do. Please get to know me. And that way you do feel comfortable. Because the more you feel comfortable and you're able to open up your energy to me, that's when the real stuff starts happening. Like that's when we can get going, and it's not a super long, drawn out process. We could just start nipping things in the bud right there.
Yes, absolutely. Sorry, I was like squirrel comments.
They just started popping up too. So,
right, your turn. You pick a question. Yes, Silvana, I step into your gifts physically. So like there's going to be mentorships, like one-on-one, maybe one-on-one mentorships launch tomorrow. There are payment plans, by the way, where I will physically step into your gifts. And that whole month, I'm going to be feeling you, attached to you. I've done mentorships one-on-one before, and that's how it is. is you're like my buddy, and I know when something's going on with you, because the last time I did this, I was like, hey girl, what happened today? Like, it feels like da 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 da, and they're like, how did you know? And I'd be like, you're my mentee.
So Tammy said that Sarah helped her daughter with shadow work. Like I said, I've never worked with her personally, but that when we went to dinner, the energy I felt around her was, she's the real deal. She's gonna get in there. She's gonna help you.
Will. And you know what was funny? I booked a session with her because I had gotten a reading from Ashley. See, psychics go see other psychics. We're constantly working on ourselves. We have blind spots. You guys are not alone in this. That's why I think it's good to practice with other people too. And she was like, hey, you're going to go through another round of childhood trauma healing. And I was like, no, I do not want to do this again. I was like, that's it. That's it. I know somebody who does shadow work. I'm just going to go to them. And I honestly thought I was going to be like, do 1, 2, 3. And then no, it was way more than that.
You've got to do a lot of work. You've got to do a lot of work.
It was a lot more than that. It's like she's like her own energetic practitioner, but specializes in that. It's different.
So Tammy says, how do you know what kind of healing you really need and which psychics, medium, Reiki, spiritual healer you need? So really listen to your intuition. If you're drawn to someone, that's probably the person that you really need to, book a session with. Really listen to your intuition. Like I said, resonate, like that resonance with that person. If you feel drawn to them, if you feel comfortable with them, then that's probably what you need.
Yeah, like if you're scrolling the Master Healer page and you see Nikki and you're like, why do I keep going back to her? I'm not interested in Reiki. Why do I keep going back to her? That's like your inner knowing guiding you to her to like be like, hey, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to have a session with you. Then that's why. Now, where people get tripped up, I find, is they're like, I want to have this kind of message, this kind of message, and this kind of message. So Kat checks all those boxes, and then they come to me and I have to be like, you're not going to like the way I deliver this. And so either we need to refund you, or you need to be open to the way I do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And usually, do you feel those people too when you're like,
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel them too. A lot of times if you have that conversation though, they're really cool and chill, and they'll either get a refund or
And I'm all about that. Like if you really, that's why I do offer like the consults. Like I think it's like $20 or something, or $15 for 20 minutes. That way we can talk about it. So I can like kind of guide you and let you know what to kind of expect before you go and dive in and, do a big purchase with me. And then for me, when I was going on my healing, and for the longest time, I know what it means to struggle financially. I've been there, and to not have help because of a financial situation hurts my heart so bad, because that's why I had to do it by myself. So that's why I offer the payment plans. If you are military, you get a discount. Like anything that I can kind of alleviate that for people, like I'm all about. And that's why I always have all the free stuff going on my social media. That way people can, it's a little work to like and share and comment, but it's it's free to you. It's just it has to be that energy exchange. It's that energy exchange. Yes. So
it has to be an energy exchange. Even if you have nothing to give financially, right? Like when I do a simmer pot and I'd be like, okay, guys, all I ask in return is for you to comment or like or share to get energy. I'm sending you that energy. You're going to get benefits from it, but you got to interact. You got to like share.
Because if I'm just giving away my energy and depleting my energy and not receiving anything, even like I said, even just a comment, share, like that means so much to me that I can get, I can give you that energy back to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Aw, thank you, Tammy. You're awesome too. Healing, the holographic healing. I think that's Tiffany Russell. That's Tiffany. She does that too. Hi, Angela. I'm scrolling through the comments. Do we have any more questions? Because if not, maybe we should do the fun stuff.
Oh, don't tempt me. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are ready for some readings, go. If you're ready for a reading, put yes. Just type yes in the comments
Yes.
if you want to do readings. If not, we can still talk. And
Do
someone
you
said
want
fun
to
stuff.
explain how you do your readings, and then I can like explain like what kind I'm open for tonight, because there's so many people and I do it a weird way too.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and let people know how you do them, I don't know. I'm just after last night with the energy readings, I had so like a lot of energetic, just
Change. Do you not have enough energy? Like, let's be
so I
truthful.
can probably do some card readings, but I think that's as far as I'm gonna go.
Let's keep it where
Yeah,
your energy levels. That's
yeah,
we're all about respecting ourselves first. We're putting our
yeah,
own oxygen masks on this year.
yeah.
Not to like teacher you.
Yeah, because
You're
I can't help you guys out if my energy is not where it needs to be.
no.
So
No.
I would
And
rather give you guys quality,
yeah,
over.
yeah, absolutely. So technically what I do, I learned there's a name for it the other week. I was
I
so
love that this
excited.
is your thing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's called oculomancy. So I get my strongest connection from looking at a person's eyes. That's always why, the secret narcissists who were super charismatic and were dating my friends always hated me and knew right away, because I could spot them as soon as I could look them in the
You
eye.
can see right through it all of
I
it.
could, and I can. I still can. I have a hard time going to the grocery store, no lie. Because I'll be like, that one's cheating on so and so, and I'll be like, wait, no, personal boundaries, people.
Yeah,
But
that's why you get back into your bubble and you're like, nope, not
I
in my
know,
life. You're not asking me nothing. Leave it alone.
no,
Go away.
it's none of my business.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay out of it. So that's why I ask people for a photo of your eyeballs, right? Now I can and do get up impressions just by like getting a comment or anything like that. But what I have been focusing on more lately is not so much psychic insight. I do get psychic insight, but I do a lot of like feeling out your magical psychic abilities, past life stuff that's related to this life, like kind of karmic cycles that you're still working through, not the dogmatic karma. But I can also get messages from your ancestors. Sometimes I'm really good at mediumship a little bit. It's not my specialty. When I'm one-on-one with you and I can see you and you say who you're trying to connect with, then I start giving the validations. I can't really do that online. If you have a particular question, feel free to ask, but I'll probably be drawn more so to your past lives, magical abilities, and ancestor messages. I rambled a lot there, so hopefully y'all understood me. But yeah.
Yeah. And then for me, typically what I do, when I'm on live or with people virtually, I can just kind of sit with your energy and I allow your energy into my space. That way I can, I basically just feel where all that energy is blocked, and then I'm able to kind of relay that to you. So it's really quick. It's just kind of, here it is. I can feel it and I'll let you know. And then, but like I said, I'm not up for it tonight just because last night it definitely took a toll on me. I had, about to vomit by the time I was done last night because there was so much energy and so much. It was intense last
It
night.
is.
So
I don't think that what we do is draining. I do see comments coming through real quick, guys. Please make sure if you're looking to get a reading from me in particular, say past lives, ancestors, put your question. Don't give me details. Any good psychic doesn't need details. Okay, if you're giving them details, don't pay them.
yeah.
Past lives, magical abilities, that kind of stuff. Because I do oculomancy, it's hard for me to connect without like kind of honing in onto your energy. And there are over like 20 something people in here. So but that's it. Oh, thank you, Dawn. You have such beautiful energy, Dawn. I adored reading you yesterday.
I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
What? Okay. All right. Keep commenting, guys. I'm gonna. Okay. Holly. Yeah, I definitely feel like you had lung cancer. You were in the coal mines. Coal mines. Ooh, that's
Why are
causing
we
a lot
reading each other's clients?
Oh, is Holly your client?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to pin her?
But no. Keep going because she needs to hear this. She needs to hear this. This is going to help her heal.
Yeah, because so I see you in the West Virginia coal mines in particular. I can't pick the time because they're like, it's not important. This is a karmic cycle that you keep going through. you were afraid to fight back. You were afraid to fight back. This was like the coal miner town. I'm getting chills. The coal miner town. And like, so I don't know if you understand that kind of dynamic, but what they did is they came in, they owned the town, they owned the land, they paid you, but you were always in debt to them. You were always in debt. And I see you as the man, and you had several kids. It's very Loretta Lynn. If you ever watch the Coal Miner's Daughter movie, and there was kind of an uprising coming where they were going to unionize, and you did not want to fight back. You did not want to fight back. And because of that, they're showing me that you kind of ostracized your family. And so when the attacks came, because they did fight the coal miners, you died in the process because you had nobody to protect you. And your family was left alone. But you're bringing into this life, you're bringing in that pull myself up by the bootstraps. And right now, what they want you to do is to not be afraid to ask for help. Like, I don't know what you know about her, but like, I know she needs to ask for help right now. That, you know, I keep hearing things like, not that I think you need this, but I'm a clear feeler, so I'm feeling my way through this. Things like EBT, things like, you know, like assistance, or going to the community and building a community of help. And stepping outside of your comfort zone. I feel like you're in this bubble of comfort, and like anything that's outside of that is dangerous. Anything that's outside of that is dangerous. And they were like, didn't you learn from the coal miner life that what you perceive as safe isn't really safe? So that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that makes sense. If you're very drawn to West Virginia and Tennessee, that would be why.
No, you're spot on. And she absolutely needed to hear that tonight. I love it.
I hope it helps. Sending you lots of love.
Let's see. I don't know. Let me just scroll for a minute.
Man, that black one.
Yeah. I'm glad that you picked up on the lungs.
Yeah. I've been coughing more. I've been turning into Ashley with that. That's weird.
So I don't like, it's one of my things. I don't like to give people's personal information out, but Holly, if I can kind of share a little bit kind of what's going on with you, if that's okay, just go ahead and type yes in the comments.
Okay. Yeah. We don't do anything without consent, and it's okay to say no.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to put you on blast or anything like that. So if it's okay, just put yes. If not, it's perfectly okay. Huh?
Something about her knee too. I just got that.
So, okay. So she said yes. So I just did Holly's first Reiki session. I think it was like last week, or maybe a little bit longer than that, but we really worked on her throat chakra, and we were getting in there, and there's a lot of gunk, a lot of like mucky, sticky, is like tar and clay. Yeah. And we were able to kind of dislodge a lot of that. And then she was letting me know that she had a sore throat and everything like that. And ever since we did that, I let her know, I was like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Like, I'm sorry, just because you do break up that energy, and you need to get it out of your system.
Yeah.
And then she ended up going to the doctors, and she's got some intense lung stuff going on right now. So I'm just like, I'm glad that you picked up on that, because that is her healing right now. This is that stepping out. Like, this is her, I'm getting chills everywhere. This is her confirmation to just really get out of that bubble and stop being fearful and moving forward with her life, because she is, you can feel that she's ready. She is ready to she's done. Like, let's go, let's shine. Like, it is my turn. Let me come out here. I love it. So I'm getting chills everywhere.
Feel that. Also, I want to tell you, like, be careful of your ACL in your knee, your right knee, I think it is, because mine is so stiff. So don't run, okay? Just go slow.
No, she's supposed to be resting. And getting flowers in her house. Yes.
Yes. Toxins. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
you do.
Yes. Yep. All that natural healing. Oh, see, like, now I'm all squirrely over here. Let's go with Sky. Sky Lynn. Let's see here. We got Sky. What she needs to do. Okay, we were just talking about this before the live. Staying true to yourself. Okay, and this is, I feel like this is just a collective message as well. It's just really staying true to yourself, speaking your truth, just really stepping into your personal power. Stop hiding. There's no need to hide anymore. Like, we're weird. Like, you don't have to be afraid or ashamed to be weird. Like, let that flow. Like, let that come out. There's so many people that are just hiding behind everything. And they're really suppressing their true authentic self. And that's when that energy gets stuck and it piles up because we're not being authentic and being who we are, because we're suppressing those emotions, those feelings. We're putting up, different boundaries and stuff that, sometimes they don't need to be hard boundaries. Sometimes it needs to be like a mesh fence where you can, still put your fingers through and let people in a little bit, but you're protected. So just don't be fearful, to just stay true to yourself. I'm also feeling like you are a healer. So I don't know if you're a nurse or anything like that. So I'm definitely feeling like you're a healer of some sort. All these messages. So if you are resonating with this, I don't know how to pin the comment or anything like that, but yeah, definitely you're a healer. And you need to step into that power, because I do feel like you're going to be changing a lot of people's lives.
She is.
With a new career. Oh, I'm getting chills. Ooh. Okay. So I don't know if you're looking to change your career or anything like that, but you are definitely a healer. Yes. Oh, I'm getting chills all over the place. You have so much love, and your energy is just like, but you need to protect your energy, like I said, with meshy boundaries, but just make sure your cup is completely full before you help other people, because if not, you're just going to be so drained and overwhelmed where you can't give your all to these people. But yeah, I'm so excited. Whatever this new career is, I'm excited. Like, you're going to be helping a lot of people and just healing them. Super excited. Let's see if anything else I've got. Ask for what you want. Manifest. If you're working on manifestation, just ask exactly what it is that you want. Be very clear, be concise with it, because when you're clear with yourself, then it gives the universe something to bounce back on, because whatever you're telling yourself is what's going to come back to you. Just the simple law of attraction. So yeah, I'm excited. You're definitely going to be on this new career path. So if you've been thinking about changing jobs or anything like that, or just that career opportunity coming forward, I would definitely push into it, because it's going to be basically life-changing. So I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
No, you're fine.
I don't remember everything I've read about her. I know that she's been on my lives, and I'm not gonna like give her stuff away, but she's pretty magical, and I can't wait to watch it unfold.
I'm like, the one I just read?
Yes.
She's definitely, I'm getting chills right now just saying it. She's gonna be like, once she gets out of that comfort zone, if you're fearful, Sky, step into it, because that will just promote so much growth for you. Just step into it.
She's nervous. I can feel it every time.
Yeah. Here's your confirmation. Go for it.
Yeah. But guys, seriously, she's right.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay. Danny, I'm going to answer yours super quick, but then I'm going to go to somebody else, because it's a great grandfather. He's been coming to you specifically. He's been visiting you in dreams, but he's coming to teach you about self-love. And the reason why you keep waking up is because you're not making space for him in your waking time. I feel like it's on your paternal side is the way he's making me feel. And he just wants you to honor him and listen to him, because he has knowledge that far surpasses you, feels very old world on how a lady should be treated. Like, he's a gentleman. I also feel like the way he wakes you up may startle you, but at the same time, like, as soon as you're up, he's like, oops, sorry. So like, if you get that energy, it feels like that. Okay, let me see. It may be your old pop. It may be. Trust your intuition over any psychic. I will tell you that. Okay, let me see who I'm drawn to. Also, I feel like you feel him around you when you're like, your heart flutters. Your heart flutters. Your heart flutters. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay. I'll give it. Keep commenting, guys. I love you. I'm looking for this. I'm sorry. There's gotta be somebody I'm drawn to. Ugh. Don't judge me. I make ugly faces. I feel like somebody's not asking, and it's specifically about magical abilities. So if you're not commenting about your magical abilities and you want to know, please comment. Sue, what is that? Speaking of telepathy, Sue.
Are you talking about Sue Moon?
What?
You talking about Sue Moon?
Yeah. Oh, and something just fell over. Oh, you have telekinesis too. Sue, what is going on with you? What is this? Okay. You're able to make your manifestations come quicker. You're able, both the good and the bad. I heard both the good and the bad right now. Ooh, that's yes. What is going on? It's like you're reading people's brains.